have something different planned.
Yeah, we saw our other Zerg, our other American Zerg in this group, Panda Bear Me, do that crazy proxy hatch on this map. Will Game Time opt for something similar? We're going to find out as we get loaded into this map.
Wouldn't surprise me, though, if Semper did really check for a proxy hatch this time.
Yeah, after seeing that, I assume that they're watching the other players' matches.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of silly not to. We do have spawning in the bottom left the Mustard Zerg. It is game time.
And in the top right, we have our Ketchup Terran. It is Team Gravity's Semper.
Shout out to our eye in the sky, Hawkeye, observing this game, doing some adminification as well.
Game Time looking like he is sending a drone down to that natural. We'll be going for a hatch first.
This is one of the maps where it's semi-reasonable to open up for gasless. We'll see. It's not as popular way to open against Terran, but occasionally we do see it trickle in there from time to time. Do see, looks like a normal Reaper expand from our opponent.
Game Time has gone for a pool, but there is no gas yet. Our Reaper now coming out. That SCV being rallied down to the natural. Our second base will go down for Semper soon. And yeah, Game Time going for the quicker third base now.
Yep, gasless opening here for Game Time. This is one of the maps where you can make it work a little bit better, having that backdoor expansion. The Reaper will come in. Spawning pool was a bit faster than you see on a lot of gasless openings, so you should be able to get these queens out nice and quick. Just a small sliver of time where that Reaper hangs out in the base uncontested by any queens.
Yeah, the Reaper now moving across the map, looking like it was trying a little bit to avoid Overlord, but one Overlord will see it coming over. So now Game Time, not too surprised.
Too.
Yeah.
I think Semper was watching that previous game. And he's gonna
I have a feeling.
See the quick base and say, wait a minute. Is that your third base? Run into the natural. Oh god.
Yeah, now knows
disadvantage here.
Yeah, Semper definitely knows what Game Time has done now, and curious to see what Semper will do to, kind of mitigate the economy there.
Losing the Reaper, probably not the best way to do that. I didn't kill any workers either, and love this play. Going right into 5 queens. This is going to make the creep spread really get going, and it also allows for defense of any sort of early aggression when potential Hellbat timings might be coming in. You have more transfuse, and our opponent here, we don't see the Overlord sacrifice yet, so Game Time is kind of playing in the dark. Sometime between 3:30, 4 minutes usually when you see that Overlord just dart in there and try to get some information. Couple of Hellions coming out, and ooh, Game Time going Roach here.
Yeah, Game Time, his Ling ran into those Hellions, decided to go Roach to maybe help defend against those. He knows that he'll be under attack soon. The Queen is getting into position to try and push back the Hellions, so there are not too many losses. So no real drone kills.
Yeah. Queen's really critical in defense of this kind of stuff. These 2 Hellions are just for a scout. We're looking like we're going for a Liberator ranged play here.
Ooh.
That's going to really cut out the utility that these queens have in defending the Liberator.
We do have our Lair now coming out for Game Time, so he may have time to get a Spire, but that Fusion Core is just about finished. That ranged upgrade will start very soon.
Yep, it's going to be pretty tricky. I really like the play. going for on this map, probably the most popular map for this Liberator ranged attack sort of style opener here, and it's going right up to that double Evo as well. Spire also combines really well with the range units on the ground. You can start to mix in Corruptors into your Roach Hydra.
Yeah. One nice thing about Liberators on this map is behind the natural, there really is a nice pocket to kind of tuck your Liberator in. And with the ranged upgrade, it can really be annoying, you know, without a layer 4 Zerg player, and without that Spire, it can be really difficult to actually take down that Liberator.
Yeah. We are going full range, 10 drones on the way. We'll have to see what kind of moves we're making out here. And we do see usually do see a Spire, but you know, you never know. It could just be for faster lurkers. Could also be potential Nidus plays as well. A lot of different options for game time here. A little bit less predictable when you see them go for the Lings and the Banes early on.
Yeah, the Liberators now, they're taking out a couple of Overlords. They're starting to get into position here.
Game Time has been doing a pretty good job of staying on top of the replacing the Overlords before he loses them. And there we have it, that Liberator range. Can't do anything about that at all. Totally shutting down this base. Most of the mineral patches anyway.
Yeah, and that Spire's still a long way from finishing. These Liberators are going to get a lot done in that time, and a lot of mining is going to be lost here for game time.
Liberator now moving into the natural, going to deny some of this gas. Really good move, especially because that is where the mutant count is going to get going. The Corruptor count potentially is going to get going. Really, really strong micro. We see a lot of players mess this up, go for that Liberator range, and then just very mistakenly put the Liberator too close, get picked off. Semper very, very careful about the placement of these Liberators, and that's what it's allowed him to keep these Liberators alive and have so many kills. Look at this. Liberator on the left side going back and forth between these two bases, getting so many kills. Big counterattack force across the map for game time is his reaction. And oh my god, this base is totally undefended.
Yeah, the orbital gets lifted up. We've got tanks on the high ground to try and push back some of this, but okay, now we do have the base. It has lowered again, but game time still kind of moving across. He's got more Lings. He's moving back a little bit for now, though.
Yeah, seems like he's got scared off by those siege tanks. Reasonably so. Siege tanks are quite frightening items.
Behind this, like 32 drones have been lost to these Liberators. That's a lot of workers.
Oh
game
God.
time so far behind in workers. It's 54 to 37 in favor of Semper.
This is insane. Mutalisks are coming out finally to clear this up. Number of Liberator on the map is currently at 3, going to be going down, but oh my god, so much drones killed, so many drone kills. This is insane.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think game time, you know, he must be just gearing up for an all-in. He's moving across the map. He's, you know, he's morphing Ravagers, but Semper with a very nice place scan.
He's got to siege up. He's got to get in position. Just barely manages that siege up in time. Very nicely done.
These tanks doing so much damage combined with the Liberators.
Running into this. Yeah, that's a GG. I was like, 4 tanks, a Liberator, and Medivacs to save them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't believe the amount of drone kills that those Liberators pulled off.
That was crazy.
That was. The Liberators with range on Dusk Towers can be so powerful.
Yep. And that's something that we've seen a couple of times here on the RSL, ASL, other similar SLs as well. And we've seen it executed pretty poorly. Like, just getting way too close with the Liberators, not utilizing the Liberator range, getting hit by corrosive biles, or getting killed by queens with transfuses, or what have you. But that time around, just very meticulous use of the Liberators, making sure to always keep them as safe as possible, pulling back at the right time, is really what allowed that full power of the range of the Liberator to be unlocked there.
Yeah, Semper did a great job with that. think our final map is going to be Orbital Shipyard.
Yes, indeed. So similar map here. You can be pretty abusive with Liberators as well, but not quite as much. The mineral positioning is a little bit different. Well, we will be able to look at once we get into the game. But this is it. This is the last. It all comes down to this map. The loser goes home, and the winner is going to be moving on into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, this is